All right, everybody, welcome. We got a good one here for you tonight. We're here with DieHard Racing League in qualify right now for their final race here in the American Hero Hunt Cup Series at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Going to be a real good race here tonight. Going to hopefully decide a champion by the end of the race. I'm here with Curtis. What's up, dude?
Not too much, just waiting for this championship to unfold.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty good, man. Right now, Todd Cray sitting up on the top.
Right now in points, we got Todd Cray and Seth Schultz running tied at both 319 apiece after Todd Cray scores that pull unless Seth Schultz is able to pull something out.
Yeah, I think we were just talking to Seth a little while ago with the bonus points and everything. Man, it's going to be really close. We're going to try. Hopefully, they'll be able to get us the information, at the end of the broadcast after we speak to the top three and be able to put it out there. But, man, I'll tell you what, it's really, really close. And Seth right now going around to get his time. Got a few drivers that didn't take any time. I guess they're going to elect to probably start in the back tonight. But it's good series here. If you're looking for a good place to race, these guys run clean, really respectful. They're switching over to the Xfinity Series after tonight's final race here for the championship. Going to be a 9-race season coming up in the Xfinity Series. We'll talk a little bit more with Seth after the race tonight and get you guys the information if you're looking for a place to race here, man. Really good. No fast repairs, and we've seen some real good racing so far since we've been broadcasting.
Yeah, definitely. We've had some really good races going on so far, and we have had a pole change for qualifying. Seth Schultz runs a 29.474 for that pole position.
And look who's second.
At Todd Cray, second place. Schultz will enter this race with a 2-point advantage after capturing the pole on Cray. Your third point sitter, sitting at 312, is Elliott Butler. He's going to opt to start from the back, not running a time in, I believe, 12th position. We're going to have to see how this unfolds.
Yeah, especially, with them being so close in the points now, too, and starting that close to each other up in the field, man. It's going to be something else.
Well, definitely, it looks like our fourth place sitter will not be starting this race. I do not see him. Let me just confirm.
Yeah, I don't see him on the list here. So
fourth place is Joshua Jones. Is he in the race? Yes, he will be. Third place is sitting 6th. Fourth place is Adam Nowemski, and I do not see him in the list in fourth place.
Yeah, I think Seth said he may not be here tonight. Looks like Bruce Pearson just connected also. I'm sorry, we got 88 degrees in the air, 98 degrees on the track here tonight. We've seen during practice a lot of cars slipping and sliding on coming out of 2 and 4. So hopefully we don't see that during the race.
Oh, definitely. It's gonna be an interesting race. This is a tough track. It hurts a lot of tires and requires you to be on the throttle a good point of the track, unless you're on and off strategy, trying to see if you can save a set of tires and be able to keep the fuel and just take shorter time on pit road. But as we sit now, points are your leader, Seth Schultz, sitting at 320, Todd Cray at 318, Elliott Butler at 312, and Joshua Jones at 295.
Wow.
So you got a pretty tight battle going in. The top three are going to be in a battle. I think it would require a good wreck or something to take Schultz, Cray, and Butler out to give Jones an actual good chance at this title. He's got almost 30 points he has to make up.
And look at who's first, second, and third starting right now.
And our top three in points will be starting first, second, and third. So this battle just got a lot more interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be something. We got to see who can keep the car together for the longest. Avoid anything out on that track and hope that they're able to pass it right on by, man. It's definitely going to be an interesting race here tonight. I tell you what, man, it was a good season. These guys, like I said, are going to the Xfinity Series starting next week. A lot of guys like the Xfinity Series, so it should be a pretty good lineup. All right, we got Seth Schultz in the number 31. He's going to be starting on the pole. Congratulations to him for the pole position tonight. Elliott Butler will start second. Third is going to be Todd Cray. Rodney Kramer will start fourth. Fifth is going to be Sean Bradley. David Camara will start sixth. Seventh is Joshua Jones. Patrick DeSalner is going to start eighth. Ninth will be Caleb Thompson. Brad Speidel will start 10th. 11th is going to be Cody Franklin. Art Peck will start 12th. 13th will be Mike Major. Bruce Pearson 14th. And I believe that is it. We're going to wait now for the pace car to get these guys going around, man.
We got to eagerly wait for this pace car to go. And then we've got 133 laps of action here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. What a track to have for the finale.
Yeah, and no stages. So this is going to be a straight through. If it's green flag, we're going to see a lot of green flag pit stops. One thing that we do always see, unfortunately for some, pit stops is what really hurts a lot of drivers. So hopefully you guys can keep it together. There's a lot of pressure tonight.
Oh, definitely for the four drivers in this race, they got a lot of pressure mounting up. And for Todd, Cray, Butler, and Schultz, they're going to be racing directly from this green flag start in first, second, and third. So they got to really try to keep their cars clean and not wreck each other, and it's going to be interesting the whole way.
And you know how it is, man. You got to go for position early on before those tires wear out. So this start could be a very interesting start.
Absolutely. You got probably four laps of being almost flat, and then the tires will be quick until 10 to 12 laps, and then they'll really start to file out. So you want to get single file as quickly as possible because you don't want to be battling side by side.
So it looks like our leader right now is going to take the inside. So we'll see how that works out. I think the inside is probably where you're going to want to start. I think you can get in and maybe slide the car up, maybe try to hold off, but it depends on that start right now. The 16 right there is just hanging on really tight. Elliott Butler not really giving him a lot of space. He's going to try and listen to that engine and jump when he jumps.
Yeah, the outside line is definitely the more favorable entry in turn one, but if Schultz is able to clear Butler, then he'll be able to get that entry.
All right.
Pace car is in, waiting the green flag right now, and Butler's going to just hold up tight. Green flag is out. Schultz and Butler both fire up almost at the same time. Butler holding the outside line. Schultz trying to get ahead of him so he can take the high line, but he's not going to be able to. He's going to be stuck on the bottom, and Schultz is going to get a car length away.
Just get this to catch up real quick. Todd Cray.
Oh,
yeah.
Butler taking the lead. Cray getting a little bit of the run. Kramer looking as well. Not a great start for our points leader.
No, not the way he wanted to start tonight, because that's going to put a lot of pressure on him already. But, man, we are side by side, a few deep. And it looks like Kramer had a little bit of a scare there. He kind of fell back just a little bit, but he gathers it up.
Currently, Schultz is sitting third place. Cray in second. Butler in the lead right now. Sean Bradley looking to get into this battle as well, and all the cars start to file out single file.
You see 72, David Camara looking underneath the 76 of Joshua Jones. And the 9 of Kramer up high. They're going to be 3 wide right here. Coming across the line, 3 wide, and 76.
They got a little squirrely. That really filed out well for Joshua Jones.
That was scary right there, man. Not what you want to see on lap 1, but I'll tell you what, definitely exciting. 78, Art Peck goes by Brad Speidel. By Patrick DeSalner. Going to set his sails on the 5 of Speidel. I think I'm saying it right.
I believe Speidel is correct.
Ooh, looked like he might have caught a little piece of the wall right there at number 5. Go back up front right now. Elliott Butler's got a pretty good lead over second place Todd Cray. 31 of Seth Schultz and the 87 of Sean Bradley right there.
You got Butler 3/10 ahead. Then you got Cray and Schultz all within a tenth of each other. Bradley getting in as well, 2/10 back. And he's going to get a little bit of the wall and lose some time. So that's going to leave Schultz some time to battle with Cray solo.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of guys get into the wall pretty early on. Looks like Kramer and who is that? The 72 Camara going to go side by side again.
Camara using the inside line there in 3. Jones is going to be able to hold it, and Camara's going to slide up, and Jones is going to get up there to equalize.
Coming across the line. And it looks like Joshua Jones is going to take that spot, going to move him up to 5th. Meanwhile, back up front, Elliott Butler still out front. Seth Schultz not too far behind the 10 of Todd Cray. And you saw coming in, Elliott Butler, Todd Cray, Seth Schultz, top 3 in the points.
His 3 are not laying anything down early in the race. As Butler takes a little bit of the high line, he's not going to get the run he wants. Cray's going to be able to get in the draft right there, in within a 10th.
And did you see Seth Schultz almost sideways off the turn?
I think right now the track's in a bit of a transition. It was in qualifying, mid lane was the fastest. Now it looks like the high line seems to be the best way around.
To jump inside with Seth Schultz right here in 3rd place. And let's see what he's feeling out here on the track. I know he said the middle groove was feeling a little bit good. Looks like Cray may be up to something here.
And Cray just running alongside with Butler right now, sizing him up, trying to take the lead. He's going to get a good entry on the bottom of Butler's going to use that outside banking to get a little bit of a run away.
You see that run too, man? Wow. And look, that's going to open it up.
With the crossover. The crossover on Cray is the bottom line going to be able to. He's going to look to take 2 positions, but Cray is going to get a run on the outside.
Yeah, I don't think that inside line is going to work very well right now.
There's not enough grip down there right now as we're seeing a few cars slide up off that bottom groove.
Definitely a good effort right there, though, by Schultz. Let's go back a little bit.
Schultz is really working hard to get back to that 1st place position, but right now I don't think he has the tires after that slide just off the start.
Yeah, and he's got plenty of time to get it done, too. I mean, you know, we got 133 laps here. There's still plenty of time. He just needs to really concentrate and not let it get to him, not let it frustrate him, because that'll hurt him if he starts getting frustrated.
Exactly. You need to lead 1 lap to win the race. He's got a little bit of points pressure, but if he lets that run through his head, it's going to hurt him. But if he just races it like it's any other race, it's his to lose.
I'm watching the battle right here between Joshua Jones and David Camara side by side. They were right there up by the 87 of Bradley. Bradley did kind of get away, but now these guys are battling out side by side. We're almost gone 3 wide.
And Jones got a good run there. Camara did not push the envelope, and Jones is going to move up to 4th place if he can stick, and he can.
Camara now trying to take that spot, but the 87 is going to get a little bit of a run there side by side.
Side by side, run into 1. Will it work for Camara? It didn't work for Schultz. It is going to hold.
Wow, he did a good run right there on the inside. That's not a bad run. Go back here to the 9 of Kramer. He's under fire by Caleb Thompson in the number 4.
Thompson. Bradley performed a bit of a crossover to get right back to the back bumper of Camara, but it looks like he's not going to be able to make the move this set of corners. We're going to have to see what run he's going to get. And Jones is losing some time on Schultz as well.
Yeah, I was just jumping up here. Schultz is still pretty close to the back bumper of Cray, and they are slowly closing in on Elliott Butler, your leader. They've got him down to about we just lost it.
About 2/10, and Butler is currently the slowest of the 3 right now. Leader under fire and the slowest car. It's not going to help him. The run out, he's going to get a bit of an advantage on Cray, but it looks like Cray and Schultz are going to play nice and file so they can catch him.
Look at what's going on back here for 12th. Art Peck in the 78, the 17 of Cody Franklin, and the 2 of Mike Major, man. These guys are fighting it out for 11, 12, 13.
3 cars you can fit almost under a blanket part. Peck holding the middle, Franklin on the bottom, using the whole track to try to get that position away.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of different lines being run here. Todd Gray able to spread it out a little bit further away from Seth Schultz. They're still not too far behind Elliott Butler here. Got him down to about .1 right now. That was a real good run there by Todd Craig. Just kind of closed up that gap just a little bit more.
A 1/10.5 separation there, and Cray has just been looking faster. He's going to use the run off, and Butler gets the power down early enough. The Todd Cray wasn't able to get a good run off and catch him.
Go back here. I thought I saw something with Rodney Kramer back in 8th. I'm not sure if he had a moment, but he's going to be having a mirror full of Brad Speidel in a couple minutes here. Go up a little bit. Joshua Jones up in 4th. Kamara in 5th. Caleb Thompson now in 6th.
Bradley 7th. Speidel's 8th. Kramer in 9th. Mike Majors in 10th.
And Patrick DeSolno to 93. How many times have we seen this guy out in the back keeping it together, and then towards the end of the race up in the front looking for the win?
Oh, he's definitely every race we've seen him and we've broadcasted. He's just kind of chilled out in the back, let everything go in the cycles, and somehow he manages to make it into the top 5 without a caution sometimes.
And I see we have a number 3 tribute, Dale Earnhardt, Bruce Pearson running it, currently running 13th. And then we have Cody Franklin right now rounding out your field in 14th. Let's go back up to the leaders. And pretty much the way we left them, Seth Schultz slipping back just a little bit. And the yellow is out.
On the front stretch, multiple cars involved. You have David Kamara, Caleb Thompson as well involved. Those are 2 very damaged cars that were showing some promising speed.
Let's go back and take a look. Let's see what happened here. See if we can see what it was. We see the 72. Let me go back a little bit more. 72 making a move on the 76, and then you see the 4, Caleb Thompson. They go 3 wide right here. Oh, and it looked like the 72 got a little bit squirrely, made contact with the 76, man. Oh, and the 4 gets destroyed.
I think the lucky one out of there is Joshua Jones gets some right side damage, but that car is still able to run.
Wow.
So his championship hopes are still intact.
All right, let's go back and go live and see what these guys are going to do. Wow, that was pretty rough right there, man. The 4 looked like he had the worst part of it, too. So right now, Elliott Butler, your leader. We're going to see if these guys, obviously, I believe all of them are going to take it down pit road, 4 tires and fuel. I can't imagine not with the conditions that are on the track right now.
With it being this early, I don't think it's advisable to stay out and try to make a gamble. This league has been known for having 1 caution, and they'll run 40 or 50 laps before they have another caution. Staying out, that's just going to hurt your cycle.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be very wise.
Into the pits, 1, 2, 3.
And 16 of Elliott Butler having to back up in his stall. It's going to cost him a little bit.
Who's going to win this race off pit road? Is it going to be Schultz? Is it going to be Cray? Cray gets down and away. They all get down and away pretty close. Schultz is going to be your winner off of pit road, followed by Todd Cray.
Wow.
Then Elliott Butler, completely in reverse of what they came in. Schultz goes +2, Butler goes -2. This is a bit of a change here, and I think Butler's going to be kicking himself for it.
Yeah, it was kind of rough. I seen Butler kind of slide through the stall just a little bit, having to back it up, and just that little bit cost. And it cost them a couple of positions right there. We'll wait for them to come back around and score them, and we'll see where it puts these guys.
Yeah, one mistake in the pits is tenths, several of them, and every 10th is huge off pit road.
And you know what that does, especially with him being up there in the top 3 and the points coming in tonight, that just adds a little bit more pressure to tonight's race. You have to see if he's going to be able to keep it under control, or is that going to overtake him and hurt him even more tonight.
Yeah, definitely. It's got to be all about bonus points right now for Butler. Currently, he's your lap leader, which gives him 1 extra bonus point. But now it's a huge change. You got Schultz as the leader, Cray in second. And that's 1, 2 in points respectively right there. So he's really got to worry about who the leader is and where he is.
So we're in the caution number 1. Hard hit for a couple of drivers out there. It does look like Caleb Thompson, though, is back out on the track. Unfortunately, he was the one that got the most damage out of that. Innocent bystander, I think, in that one. But, man, I'm surprised that car is even still running.
After a shot like that, it's missing almost its entire front end. It's a wonder how long, if that engine's going to last the entire race.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that. All right, Schultz now your leader, and he is opted to take the outside line. Waiting for the pace car to go in and get these guys back on the green here on the final race here tonight for a championship. But we'll see if the outside line is going to be any better to him than the first start where he started on the inside. Waiting for the pace car does duck in. We'll see if he's going to wait. And there he goes. He's going to take a good run off.
He's not going to wait. He's going to stick it to that high line, run it all the way into turn 1, and Cray is not going to move to the high line as Butler moves just higher. So is the run going to help? Todd Cray gets a little bit squirrely there, giving Butler a bit of an advantage getting the top. Cray is able to hold second and keep that top space in the line, but Elliott's going to look to the bottom.
Yeah, he's taking a look down to the bottom. We'll see if that bottom is going to do anything for him early on. We saw it wasn't good on the original first start. And we see a lot of these guys, man, they got to really be pushing it hard, because when they come off of 2 and 4, watch those cars, man. They get a little bit slideways, you know.
Yeah, Butler getting a little loose on entry there, using that middle line to enter, and it looks like he's not going to do that again as he got loose.
Looks like everybody's almost single file. We have a side-by-side battle going on a little bit back here. Looks like the 3 of Bruce Pearson does come out. Patrick DeSola and Joshua Jones now side-by-side for 9th and 10th. And Todd Cray looking for the lead.
Cray takes a look, dives it down the inside. Is he going to be able to get it back up? No, he will not. Seth Schultz drives it off of 2 right there. Gets a little bit sideways there. Cray is going to keep having a look on the bottom as Butler looks to file into this fight as well.
And that's what I mean. You look at that 31 when he's coming off of those turns, man. His hands are full with that car.
And we just saw Cray on the bottom get a little bit loose there. He made a good job of keeping it under control.
And he is going to jump it back to second right now. He is in that lower line. See Butler jumping down low now, trying to get a good run out. Schultz still in command at the moment, trying to redeem himself for that start where he gave up the lead.
Butler with a good run on Cray, running from the bottom. He's going to get to the inside. He's going to be able to complete the pass using the entire track, clips a bit of the grass, and he's going to be able to complete that pass into 1.
Wow, that's a good run right there. That's where you got to get it done, because you're not going to be able to do it through the turn.
Now Cray's got a little bit of work in this tight points battle between all 3 of these drivers.
And it looks like we have Joshua Jones and Pearson side-by-side for 8th and 9th again. And right now, it looks like Jones does have the advantage across the line. Let's go back up front. Now, I'll tell you what, these guys are not holding back. Elliott Butler, though, starting to close in a little bit on the leader.
Butler really starting to work that pressure on Schultz, but Schultz has been very good under pressure the last few races we've seen him lead. I don't know if just sitting back, pressuring him is going to help Butler. I think Butler's actually going to have to give him a little bit of a move.
I just don't think if he can hold off that high line, I don't know if Butler will have anything for him on that inside line. We haven't really seen that inside line work very much. We're almost 3 wide back here. Kramer, Speidel, and Bradley, man. These guys are fighting hard, too, and that is for 4th, 5th, and 6th.
5th and 6th, and they're going to go back to looking 3 wide as Bradley's going to look to the center. He's not going to get there. He's going to sit in Spidle's draft on the inside of Rodney Kramer, and Kramer's going to drop back. Bradley's going to sit it right on the bottom line. Spidle's going to sit down the middle.
And right now, take a look. Elliott Butler was all over the back of Schultz, trying to take a look to the inside, running that lower line as they come across the start-finish line. He's taking that real low groove. Schultz going to hold on to it. We'll see if he's got anything for him in one.
Down to the inside, drives it in deep, but Schultz is able to get that good drive out.
Oh!
And Craig getting a good run as Butler gets loose.
Yeah, Butler, man, almost took it down to the inside. Good save. We'll see now if Craig has anything for Schultz here.
Schultz gets loose there. Craig gets a little bit of a run. Is he going to be able to block the bottom and be able to drive it in deep? No, he's not. He's going to stick to the high line. Stick with Schultz's draft. Butler cutting into this as well.
It almost looks like when Todd Craig got down on the inside, maybe
Cray,
took the air off of him. Yeah, Craig right to the lead, and the 16 of Butler looking to complete that pass now too.
Schultz is going to get it back up. He's going to be able to. No, he's not going to get the power down on exit, and Butler's going to take second.
And Todd Craig to the lead. Elliott Butler second. Seth Schultz will run third right now. Let's go back here. Sean Bradley in the 87. Closing in a little bit on Speidel. Oh, we got something going on up front. We have the 16 of Butler taking a look now.
Butler back to the lead after we saw a mistake on pit road. Gray looks to cross motors. Elliott gets a little bit loose driving it off there, but he's able to get a nice controlled exit. Exit as Schultz gets it. Looks like he got a little bit of the wall there and had to use the whole track to get back to the position.
It just seemed that way. Elliott Butler up in front, Todd Cray second, Seth Schultz third, Brad Speidel fourth, and Sean Bradley fifth. Mike Major in the number 2 moves all the way up to 6th. Joshua Jones in 7th right there in that number 76. And the top 3 running 1, 2, and 3 on the track. Coming in top 3 in points, and they are not letting each other get out. With the bonus points and everything, man, it's going to be really hard.
It's going to be really interesting right now. Elliott having a +2 in points. He's led the most laps. He's got the most laps. He's led a lap. So he'll sit +2. If he wins, he'll get +3. But he's still got to make up about 4 or 5 more points for the championship.
We just saw Joshua Jones roll by the 2 of Mike Majors, so that's going to put Joshua into 6th. And no, Curtis, you're good. Elliott Butler, Todd Cray taking a look to the inside. See
Butler gets loose again on that exit of 4. Cray's sitting on the bottom ready to take it. But Butler says no once again.
Let's jump inside with Cray and see if he's got anything for him here. Riding right now with your second place driver, the number 10 of Todd Cray. See what kind of speeds they're hitting across the stretch here. Oh, look at the leader get a little bit sideways.
It looked like Elliott was his car was almost ready to go for a ride in the grass, but he makes a good save.
Got up to 200 miles an hour right there on the front stretch. Let's see what kind of speeds these guys are hitting on the back stretch.
I think they get to about 203 down Nellis, at least on fresh tires.
Yeah, it was a little bit slower that time, but not too bad. But, man, we were just looking out the window, and you could see the 16 of Butler almost into the wall, man. He's got his hands full trying to run that car hard. And we may have – no, all right. I thought we may had something going on and see a time. We have Bruce Pearson, and I believe that's the 93 of DeSona for 8th and 9th. DeSona was taking a look down low, but he's going to tuck it in behind the number 3, Bruce Pearson, for the moment. But you got to keep your eyes on the 93 of the Solar because, like I said, he's a guy that you'll see up in the front here towards the end of the race. And it looks like Caleb Thompson did take the car back to the pits. Oh, let me go back one more time here. Looks like the Solna right now is taking a look down low on the 3 of Bruce Pearson. And he's going to tuck it back in behind. Meanwhile, Elliott Butler still out front. Todd Cray second. Seth Schultz in third. What a way to end the series here tonight, man. Great battle going on here.
All right, now it looks like Schultz is starting to reel in Todd Cray, but Butler is starting to keep his speed and start to pull away.
Now look, the Solner now finally does get underneath the 3 of Pearson and take that spot for him. So that's going to move the Solner up to 8th. But Pearson's got a good runoff. Going to give him a little bit of pressure here. Man, top 3 still within like feet of each other right here.
Yeah, first to third is only 3.5 tenths of a second. And it looks like Schultz is still trying to work that draft to be able to get in with Cray. And Butler's been driving that car so hard. He's getting loose off corners almost every time so far.
Yeah, and he just got his 29th lap led here right now as they cross the start-finish line before. But I tell you what, man, these guys, it's going to be a decider at the end of this race. I think they're going to really have to sit down and add up the points here to find out who comes out on top.
And I definitely think it's going to come down to who gets bonus points here.
And look at Cray. He got such a great run, but he had nowhere to go, so he had to back it off just a little bit. And these guys are tight to each other right here. And look at that.
To the high line. Schultz was sizing up to look if he wanted to go to the bottom of Cray, but he decided not to. He's going to stick in the draft and back it off into 3.
That's just crazy right here. Let's go to the nose cam of Seth Schultz in third. Looking ahead to the number 10, Todd Cray, who's sitting second, and the 16 of Elliott Butler. Right now, your leader. We are in the nose cam of Seth Schultz at 31.
How far they're driving this car off right now, this far into the stint, it's amazing.
You know what always amazes me is when it comes to like the chase or the championship, you always find the chase drivers stuck together, and in this case, the top 3 in the points looking for a championship, they're stuck together. It just seems like they're always within, a car length of each other. Right now, you have the 87 of Shawn Bradley and the 5 of Speidel and the 76 of Joshua Jones and Mike Majors. These guys are kind of fighting it out here for, looks like 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th.
And Joshua Jones, one of the championship contenders, stuck in traffic back in 6th. I definitely think he wants to be up with Butler, Cray, and Schultz right now battling for the win.
And there's still plenty of time. I mean, we're only coming to lap 47. These guys are fighting it out really hard back here. Looks like Mike Major does get around Speidel, so Major's going to move up into 6th. Joshua Jones right now sitting in 5th, but here comes Major. Major's got a good run going right here. I think his car's starting to actually come to him.
It took him a little while to get the setup right for him, but it looks like he's finally gotten used to it. And Jones is going to slide up almost into the wall, throw a block on Majors, and Majors is going to have to back it off and stay in his draft.
Yeah, it looked like he, I don't know if that was intentional or if the car just was sliding up there, but I thought he was going to try and widen the track a couple inches.
Right now, a bit of separation between Cray and Butler About 0.3 of a second as Butler starts to wiggle there across the line.
And looked like Seth Schultz may have grabbed a slight little brush on the wall there. He kind of backed up just a little bit. We're coming to lap 49. 36 laps led for your leader, Elliott Butler. Seth Schultz in the 31 did start on the pole. He lost that spot early after the first caution. He was able to get out of the pits first, take that spot back, and now currently sitting third. And it looks like everybody's pretty single filed out here. Let's kind of jump through the field a little bit, see if we see anything going on a little further back. Looks like Kramer down and off the track. Not really sure what happened with him. Let me see if I can see if there's any damage on the car.
There is catastrophic front end damage. That front end is really pushed in. Hood pins are ripped off.
They might have had a moment with a little bit of contact with the inside wall. They do keep it green. You see Todd Cray running a little bit higher, Elliott Butler running low, Seth Schultz running low. It's still same place, no position change. Joshua Jones in fifth, right behind him Mike Majors, and right in front is Sean Bradley, and that's fourth, fifth, and sixth. And those guys have been fighting it out for quite a while now. A little bit of separation, but it looks like Mike Majors is starting to close back in. I didn't say Siri.
But it looks like Rodney Kramer got loose out of two, kind of like how we were seeing the leaders start to get loose. He got loose and wasn't able to save it, tried to lock it down and got into the wall.
Sorry, I was fighting with Siri on that one.
Siri wants to be a star.
Yeah. When you need it, it doesn't work. There's many times I needed it and it didn't work. Here I am talking. I didn't even say anything close to it.
Right now, Butler out 0.2 right now to the line where you see the separation. Half hundred separation advantage in favor of Butler. And it looks like Schultz is starting to have to struggle to get in Cray's draft again.
Yeah, let's see what kind of times they're putting up here this time by the stripe. Looks like Todd Cray last lap was the slowest of the three. Let's see what they get this time across the stripe here. Looks like Butler with a 31.67, Todd Cray with a 31.69, Seth Schultz with a 31.5.
Todd Cray 2 laps in consecutive, slowest of the three. But Joshua Jones is looking to bring it down to the pits possibly, or he got in a little bit of an incident. He'll be in danger of going a lap down. Yep, Jones got a little bit squirrely on the front stretch and ended up looping it. He's gonna have to work his way back up through the field.
And he's right in front of the leader too. And he was having a good run here tonight. We'll have to see if he's gonna keep it out or go on in. Looks like, by the way he's coming out of four, that he is gonna stay out on track. He may be hoping for a caution and get him back around on the end of the line here.
Looks like Cray's finally starting to reel in Butler. Schultz is starting to reel in Cray, so this top three battle is about to heat up again.
And that time, last time by, Seth Schultz was fastest of the three. Go back here. Mike Major in sixth, the Solner in seventh, Pearson in eighth, Art Peck in the 78 in ninth, Cody Franklin in the 17 in 10th. We saw Rodney Kramer going by. He is a few laps down. Meanwhile, no change up front. We still have the top three: Elliott Butler, Todd Cray, and Seth Schultz. 1, 2, and 3.
Top three are the closest battle as well right now.
Oh,
As
Butler!
Trying to get separation. Butler gets loose in front. Cray's not getting much of an advantage there, and Schultz is going to be able to run him down.
I tell you what, Butler's doing a good job keeping that car going, man, because there's been a few times I think he really should have been on the inside wall or spun around because, man, that car just wants to snap.
I definitely think it's due to how aerodynamic these cars are. You can really get these things sideways and just whip them back into position.
And look at Todd Craig trying to let him know he's there, looking down on the inside just a little bit. I think he's hoping once they get caught up to the 76 of Joshua Jones, that might fall into their hands.
So yeah, it's a lot of what's going to go on right now is Butler needs to manage his time gain against Jones, because if he catches Jones in the wrong spot, it's going to give Schultz and Cray a huge advantage here.
Yeah, and Schultz fell back quite a ways right there. And it looks like Butler's starting to get a little bit of the draft off of the 76 because he's starting to reel him in a lot faster right now, too. We'll have
He's trying to get prepared for it. And he tried to get low there off to see if he can get a better run there, but Jones matched it, and Cray's still looking to hunt that first position away.
Jump inside with our leader. You see him right there. One good thing on Butler's side right now, he does have a little bit of a gap over Todd Cray, so that lap car may not be an issue for him. Although it's forcing him to use that inside line, and that's going to hurt just a little bit.
They are able to clear Jones pretty quickly. Cray stuck to the inside, as well as Schultz trying to be able to clear Jones.
Yeah, Schultz doesn't want to get caught up with a lap down car right now. We've seen that a couple of races ago.
Darlington.
Yeah, ruin his night. So I know that's not what he wants tonight, especially in the last race of the season.
Looks like Cray starts to wash up near the wall. Schultz looking to the inside. He will get there. The door, will he be able to take a position before they're going to have to drive it in? No, P2 will be Seth Schultz.
Yeah, he was able to get that spot.
And Cray back to the bottom, drives it off. The Schultz gets a little bit loose, but is able to get the power back down, nail it straightaway and get a good run.
I'm thinking green flag pit stops are going to be coming up probably within the next 10 laps.
At 10-15 laps.
Here comes Cray.
Cray goes down now.
But Cray is going to give up third to come get some tires and fuel. Right now you got Butler and Schultz first and second. Sean Bradley a little bit further back in third.
And Elliott Butler has just gone over comms. He will be pitting this time. Butler goes down to the pit. Schultz is going to stay out for one more lap at least and take the lead.
Let's keep an eye on Butler as he comes into the pits. We'll see if he's able to stop in his pit stall without making any errors here. It's not something that he's going to want to do. Definitely going to hurt if he doesn't stop on that spot.
Pull into his box. Looks like he's going to nice and slow down there.
Did a good job on that one, so that shouldn't really hurt him much.
So, Cray is back out on track.
And right now you have Seth Schultz back up to the lead. Let's throw up the top 5 real quick. You got Seth Schultz, Mike Major, Brad Speidel, Elliott Butler, and Patrick DeSaulner.
And right now, Butler is coming back on a fresh set of tires. So I wonder what Schultz's plan is right here. How long is he going to stay out?
And look at the 10 of Todd Cray just going by the 93 of the Solner. Fresh tires, man. Not even a question.
Yeah, that was a quick pass. He didn't even have to think about it.
And Schultz still staying out. Majors out. Speidel out. First, second, third.
Jones stays out as well, and the Solner.
Yeah, Jones is right now being shown the first car lap down.
Schultz is down to the pits.
Let's keep an eye on Schultz here and see if he can get into his stall without any issues here. Does a good job slowing it down before the commitment line.
As Butler works his way through the field, he's going to get past Brad Speidel. Butler is a lap down, but he's showing his speed on these brand new set of tires.
Yeah, him and Todd Cray both. I mean, no problem. Oh, does he make it? Wow, that was a scary stop right there. But he does come to a good, clean stop in his stall. Mike Major now up front, going to get scored for leading a couple laps.
Brad Speidel only half a second back.
And we just saw
a little bit of time to make up.
Looked like Speidel right there got a little bit squirrely on that last turn. And look at the 10 just go right by. So Todd Cray going to go past Mike Major and get his lap back the hard way. And Seth Schultz not too far behind. Seth Schultz is going to be on the fresher tires, so we'll have to see how that works out for Todd Cray. But Cray right now does get back on the lead lap. So that'll put Seth Schultz, the first car, a lap down. And we're already coming to lap 71.
Right now, the leader after the pit cycle is still Butler, and Todd Cray with about a 3-second advantage after those stops.
It looks like Major and Speidel are going to stay out. Speidel right now sitting in second place here, started 10th. And it looks like he's going to try and take a look for the lead. Not going to do it that one. A nice looking car here, man.
Oh, a lot of these cars are really nice. And Patrick DeSaulnier is running actually today's race paint for Kyle Larson.
And there goes Mike Major into the pit, so that's going to give the lead up to Brad Speidel. So he's going to get scored for leading a lap. And we did see Seth Schultz go by, so that's going to put Seth Schultz back on the lead lap. So that's going to put the 87 of Sean Bradley, the first car, lap down. And he's got fresh tires, so he should be able to get on the lead lap here and get by Speidel here this time. And Speidel coming, trying to come into the pits. Does he make it? Wow. Oh, and he's going to tap the inside wall.
Hard into the wall, major front end damage there. That is not going to be good on the Pride.
No. And that's going to give the lead eventually back up to Elliott Butler. I believe, I'm not sure if it's going to give it to him this time, but he might have to go around one more time. See what they say.
One more time, you'll have to go around. Elliott Butler is currently your leader.
And 4 seconds back is Todd Cray. And I believe 7 seconds back is Seth Schultz.
Quite a separation here on a few different strategies. We had them going on subsequent laps. Cray went in first, Butler went in second, and Schultz went in a few laps after. Don't know if that's hurt him or if it could. His tires are yet to come in yet.
Yeah, from what I've seen, I think Schultz is probably going to be sitting in the best spot because he does have the fresher tires. I know after a little bit, they're all going to wear out. It's not going to make that much of a difference, but a few laps fresher tires is definitely going to help. Schultz just has to try to take care of those tires.
A lot of this comes down to because of the gap. You got 7 seconds to the leader for Seth Schultz, 4 seconds for Todd Cray. That is quite a gap to make up, and Elliott Butler is out sailing right now.
Yeah, and if you look right now, we have the 2-car battle up. It's Todd Cray 3.8 or 3.9 back from the leader, and Seth Schultz 3.0 back from Todd Cray. So they're pretty similar in position from each other. And right now, it looks like the first car lap down is the 78 of Art Peck, and then the 76 of Joshua Jones. We see Joshua going by, I believe that's the 2 of Mike Major. I'm sorry, no, that's the 3 of Bruce Pearson. Not for position, but Joshua Jones trying to get up to the front to get back on the lead lap.
He's definitely got a lot of work to do to be able to get back to the front. Got about half a track to make up there.
Tell you what, I wish I'd have brought a drink with me, man. I need one now. It's been a non-stopper here, man. It's been a good race here so far. We've only had one caution. Let's take a quick look. We've had 7 different lead changes. We still have 57 coming to 56 laps left to go in this race. Going to be deciding a champion tonight.
And it's been a big race so far for the championship. You know, and so far Butler third, Cray second, Schultz first.
And
we're running a reverse order right now.
And if you take a look right now, Todd Cray is still 4 points back now from the leader, but Seth Schultz has closed into 1.7 and closing.
It all comes down to Schultz and Cray, only a couple points separating them, so really Schultz needs to finish ahead of Cray or the points lead is in jeopardy.
And if you look at the times last time by, Elliott Butler with a 30.80, Todd Cray with a 30.83, Seth Schultz with a 30.6. So even though a little bit faster, not a whole lot faster.
Yeah, he'll start. I think the next couple laps he'll start to level out with these guys, but he's really got to use the precious speed he's got on these tires to be able to get Todd Cray at least.
And we just saw Cody Franklin now coming into the pits. The Solner up to 8th. Speidel sitting in 7th. We'll see if the Solner is going to be able to get around. Speidel we did see go into the pits. Got a little bit of front end damage. Bruce Pearson having a pretty good run here right now. Let's take a quick look at him. He's in 6th. He started 14th. Same thing with Mike Majors, started 13th, currently sitting 5th, and he's got that car looking pretty clean.
Right now, Schultz within half a second of Cray.
Yeah, he is closing in. Not as fast as I thought, having a few laps fresher tires, but definitely a difference.
He's really running him down there. I think it'll be 2 laps before we're really battling for that second place position, but it looks like Schultz will have a good advantage unless Cray's really saving those tires.
Let's take a look back from Cray to the front of Seth Schultz. And you can just see the nose of that 31 getting a little bit bigger. And here he is right there to the back.
And run down the inside, get to the door, and he'll almost clear him through the tri-oval there.
Now we'll see if Schultz has anything to catch the leader.
The wall a little bit there.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit of frustration seeing him catch him like that. So right now, let's take a look. Seth Schultz about 4/10 back from the leader. Schultz was faster last time by. We'll see what they get this time across the line. Little bit faster. Butler with a 31.2. Schultz with a 31.1. Gonna take a little while for him to catch him.
And Cray 0.2 slower than Schultz that last time by.
And It looks like everybody's pretty spread out. Your closest battle right here is with Seth Schultz and Todd Cray for second and third.
With two more takers to the pits, Bruce Pearson and Art Peck are both to the pits now.
We're coming to lap 86 of 133. This is the final race of the American Hero Hunt Cup Series. These guys are going to be moving to the Xfinity Series starting next week for a 9-week season. Should be interesting.
That's going to be fun. That's a great car to drive.
Yeah, it seems like you can throw them around a little bit more. I know there was some guys that really wanted to stay in the Cup Series, but there was a lot of guys that wanted to go to the Xfinity. So gonna be good either way you look at it. If anybody's looking for a good league to join, you want a place that they run respectful, run hard, come check out these guys, DieHard Racing League. Put in your application and get on out here, man, before the season starts next week.
Yeah, the Cup cars are great. The only problem is they're not friendly to those who are newer to the sim, and a lot of the guys who are newer don't have that fine line throttle control for the Cup cars, so they like the Xfinity cars. And the Xfinity cars provide great close racing.
And we look right now, Elliott Butler started second. He is up front. He's got 86 laps led this time by. Coming in was Seth Schultz, Elliott Butler, and Todd Cray, first, second, and third in points. So it's going to be really interesting to see who is going to be your champion here tonight. Right now, Butler with the most laps led, so he's going to have an extra bonus point for that. So, man, it's going to be really close.
It's going to be close, especially between, I think Butler right now needs 6 points to be able to catch Schultz and Cray. And
he's trying.
Schultz got pole, so he'll get an extra point, and a lap led, so he'll have 2. Cray got an extra 1 for laps led, and Elliott's on 2. Elliott will need 5 more points, I believe, to be able to take the championship away from Schultz.
And Schultz is slowly reeling in Butler. He was a little bit faster that time, but he's got him down to about 2.5. So he's definitely closing that gap. I think this next and last pit stop that these guys do is, I believe, is really going to be the decider if a yellow doesn't come out.
It'll definitely be the final stop, and it will be for the money, all the chips in. I think it'll be about 10 to 15 laps before we see Schultz and Elliott battle, and I believe that's the pit window opens before then for Tire Life.
And right now, Schultz got him down to about 2.4 and closing. He was still about a thousandth faster last time by. Same thing this time by about a thousandth faster. He's got a 31.5 for Butler and a 31.4 for Schultz. So Schultz with those fresher tires is just hanging on a little bit more.
They're both getting to about the tire life there, and I'm waiting to see how far Butler's willing to push his car, or if he's going to get a new set of stickers a little bit earlier than these guys this time, pit early.
And we see right there Bruce Pearson, couple laps down, getting by the 87 of Sean Bradley, who is in 4th. Let's take a look where Sean Bradley started. He started 5th. He is currently sitting in 4th. Mike Majors started 13th. He is still sitting in 5th. And Brad Speidel started 10th. He is sitting in 8th. A little bit of nose damage, but the car still looks pretty good out there.
A couple of these cars have some nose damage, but it doesn't seem to be hurting them all that much.
No, he just ran a 31.2 the last time by, so not really too bad. Seth Schultz got him down to about a 2.1 right now, so he is slowly closing that gap. I think by the time he catches him, these guys are going to be plotting their next pit stop.
And I think if I'm Butler, I'm thinking about when I'm pitting right now, since I've got second reeling me in.
And if I'm Schultz, if I see Butler going in, I'm going in.
Oh yeah, dive in right behind him.
I don't think I'm going to stay out and take a chance of letting him space out any more between us. Schultz right now down to 1.9 and closing.
3 laps, 0.6 of a second, so we've got only just under 10 laps at the current time he's running. So he's knocking on the back bumper of Elliott Butler.
Let's jump in with Schultz. We'll take a lap or two around with him. Let's crank it up. And you see that car, you can hear it wanting to slip sideways there.
You hear the tires just screeching a little bit there, and it looks like Elliott almost gets into the wall there. You see it through the front glass of Schultz.
And right now, Schultz got about 1.8, so he is closing. Let's see what they get going across. That time they were pretty close in time. That last lap back.
And it looks like Schultz's tires have finally started to catch up with Butler.
Wow, look at Butler ran a 31.5. And Schultz that time by ran a 31.6.
Half-tenth right there, advantage in Butler's favor. So it looks like Schultz's tires have finally started to die off.
And we seen when we were inside his car just a couple laps ago, you could see the car really wanting to kick out on him. I think he's, yeah, see, like right there, man, he is really sliding that thing out of 4. I think he just sees him there and he knows, you know what I mean? He's got him right there where he can see him. And sometimes when you can see that driver in front of you, you just push a little bit harder.
Always, you're going to try to make up every bit of ground you can get. Tenths, hundredths if you can get it. If you can get a second off of a critical mistake, that's awesome. But it looks like right now, Schultz will go to the pits and short pit off Elliott Butler.
Wow. All right, we're going to keep an eye on Schultz here as he makes his pit stop and see. We don't want to jinx him or anything, but we know Schultz hasn't had the best of luck in the pits. So let's see if he can make this last final stop easy.
2.1 was the separation before cycle. I'm interested to see what it's going to look like after. Schultz had huge amounts of speed, but once his tires burnt off, Butler was faster.
And Schultz with a perfect stop.
It took a little bit of time to
Here comes Butler. Butler now coming down.
It took Schultz a little bit of time to get there, but I don't think it hurt him that much, maybe a couple tenths. Now, Butler needs a perfect stop here.
And we saw Butler. The last stop was good. The first stop wasn't so good. So let's see what he does here. Schultz is out. Butler with a clean stop. Good. And that does put Todd Cray now up in the front. So when does Todd Cray come in?
Todd Cray's last lap, 32.0. And our leader is going to be running about a 29.5 to 29.7 range. So it's really going to be interesting on where and when Todd Cray is going to pit.
And you saw right there, Elliott Butler just coming out of the pits as Todd Cray was going by.
And Schultz is coming out of 4 right now. It looks like we got more time gained from Schultz there. Schultz is up speed, but Elliott Butler is not.
And Butler has 1 lap fresher tires, and we know he has a good car, so Schultz is going to have to do everything he can to try to hang on to these tires for these last, 31 laps?
32 laps to go.
32 laps. Good thing you here do the math for me.
32 laps to go. Todd Cray, your leader after the cycle. Unless we have someone who's saving fuel and tires, Elliott Butler will emerge the leader still. But with Seth Schultz not far behind.
Yeah, Butler's closing in right now on Cray. So it's going to put Butler back on the lead lap once he gets by the 10 of Cray. I'm not sure how this is really going to work out because we saw Schultz the last time, the last one of the 3 go in. And it looks like Cray's going to be the last one of the 3 to go in. So I don't know, man. He can't wait too long now because he's going to let too much time get beyond these guys. And here goes Schultz by now. Oh,
Schultz
man.
went by at the perfect time. Cray was not able to even decide if he was going to pit because he had a car low. So he's going to have to go around one more time and lose that precious time.
And he did get a little slide there, too. I thought he was going to go around. I was looking at Schultz like, oh, man, here we go, a repeat of Darlington. Let's take a look at the top 5 as they sit right now. You got Todd Cray, Sean Bradley, Mike Major, Patrick DeSaulnier, and Brad Speidel, your top 5.
Speidel is in the pits.
And Speidel is the first car lap down. We have to see if Todd Cray, I don't think he can make it to the end, to be honest with you.
I don't think he's got the fuel for it. And he's not clutching. He doesn't have any fuel. He's not taking fuel-saving measures. But I think he's trying to run these tires out till we get a caution because we are getting late into the race.
Yeah, we got 29 laps to go, 28 laps to go now. Let's take a look where Schultz and Butler are. Schultz right now currently sitting in 6th. Butler up here in 5th. DeSaulnier in 4th, and he looks like he's slowing down to come into the pits, so he's going to give up that spot to Butler.
It looks like Schultz is going to make it past Pearson pretty easily. Butler's going to let him by. We've only got a little bit, just under 2 seconds, even after Schultz lost some time getting past Butler. We got just under 2 seconds. He did make up some ground on that cycle, but I don't know if it's going to be enough because Butler's been fast this whole race.
Yeah, and he did have a faster lap than Schultz that last time by, too. Meanwhile, Todd Cray is still out.
All eyes on Todd Cray. Entered this race with bonus points before the green flag, 2 points behind from Seth Schultz. I think he's trying to stretch it to see if he can get the championship just off of sheer willpower.
And right now he's got 10 coming to 11 laps led this time by. And where's Butler? Butler's about 14 seconds back with going to be 25 laps to go this time by. Man, it's going to be a nail biter right here. He's got to stay out.
At this point, it's win the race in the championship or run out of fuel, win or die.
Because if he goes in now, I mean, these guys are so close, they'll put him a lap down. He's not going to recover for it. So, I don't know. Maybe he knows something. He's going to try something that we don't know. 87, Sean Bradley and Mike Major were side by side for 2nd and 3rd. See Bradley in the 87 up high, and Major was looking down low. And then we have, I believe that's a 78 of Art Peck. No nose on that car, and I'll tell you what, he's doing a pretty good job out there. Ran a 32.1.
Butler in within 16 seconds of Schultz right now. Butler with Cray. Sorry, my bad. English.
And it looks like Cray 32.1 that time by. Butler 30.4. Schultz 30.4. Man, the laps are, man, it's going to be tough. I think there's too many laps. I think these guys are going to catch him.
Yeah, I will be amazed if Cray can pull out the win on this strategy. It's a Hail Mary move. If it pays off, wow, that's amazing. But with there being over 20 laps left, I think Schultz and Butler both have enough time.
The only thing I think Cray is hoping for, having enough bonus points to be able to overtake Seth Schultz in the points.
Yeah, maybe he knows something that we don't. Like, he knows he's counting Schultz's bonus points, and he knows exactly where he needs to be. And maybe we're in a win or lose situation right now.
Yeah, because Schultz didn't exactly have the race that he was looking for here tonight. And looks like the 2 of Majors is coming in. I was watching him and Sean Bradley looked like they were getting ready to battle it out, but then he did come on in. Elliott Butler does move up to 3rd. Seth Schultz in 4th. Seth Schultz did start on the pole here tonight. Right now sitting in 4th. They did come in and make their last pit stop. Todd Cray, your leader, was sitting in the top 3 in points coming in tonight. He is your leader out here. Not really sure on the strategy, but so far he's out here leading some points, definitely getting some bonus points. He was only a few points back from Seth Schultz, so I wonder if he's got enough here. It's really going to be interesting to see at the end of this race.
I think it's going to be just a couple of points, because I think right now Butler's had an amazing race so far, and he's performed very well. But I think right now, as it looks, it's going to be Cray versus Schultz, who has the most points.
And now Bradley in the 87 coming into the pits. That's going to let Butler move up to 2nd. Butler is, what, about 10 seconds back from Todd Cray. 19 laps to go.
18 laps to go, and there's a little bit of time left. Elliott's got to make up some time, and he's got to leave himself enough time to make the pass on Cray.
He is 2 seconds faster than Todd Cray, so it's really going to be interesting to see how this works out.
It looks like at the rate, if it continues and he keeps doing 2 seconds, he's going to catch him with about 14 to go, 13, 14 to go. So Cray's got some time he needs to make up.
And honestly,
Cray goes to the pits.
Oh, does he? That's going to put Butler back out front.
Butler goes to the lead. Schultz takes 2nd place. And your 2nd place points, 2nd place in points will drop back after taking a gutsy pit strategy.
And right now, Seth Schultz about 2.4 back, a little bit slower than Butler. Butler with a 31.1, Schultz with a 31.2. And the way it looks like we may be green from here on out, man. So this is definitely going to be interesting finish.
At 14 laps next time by. Schultz is trying to make up the time he needs to catch Butler. Butler getting loose. But I think if they keep running, they ran the exact same lap last time by. So if they keep up this speed and being even, Butler will be able to take the checker. But these subtle mistakes that Butler is making, if they get out of hand, Schultz will be right there to take that win.
Butler going by the 78 here of, how come I can't find him in my list? Art Peck. Art Peck right now running in 10th. Obviously had a little bit of run in there, got some front end damage.
As he gets loose there, just makes a good save there to keep it green. That almost got interesting.
You know, Butler does not want to see a yellow. Schultz does, and so does Todd Cray. Todd Cray right now, first car lap down, so he would get the lucky dog.
Todd Cray needs a yellow right now.
Because even if he gets close and passes Butler, that's only going to put him on the tail end of the lead lap. It would take a miracle to get him all the way back around and pass him for a second time.
13 laps to go this time by. Cray right now on the inside of Schultz. It's not for position, but it's going to end up slowing up Schultz. Art Peck gets a little bit of the wall there, gets loose and saves it, and Schultz gets by with no damage.
You know, Schultz was holding his breath on that one.
Yeah, that was one of those other situations where it was my championship.
Yeah. So we'll keep an eye on Butler because we see Todd Cray slowly closing in on him. So that's going to put him back on the lead lap once he gets by Butler. Man, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna end up. I know it ain't over till it's over, but man, I couldn't even guess.
Well, currently the situation looking at it, I believe if Schultz comes ahead of Cray, Schultz wins the championship. Elliott is, I believe, even with the win, he's still too far out. He had 312 coming in. Schultz had 319. So we need a 7-point advantage. He will get 3 or 4 bonus points. I just unless Cray and Schultz have a mistake in their car, they fall back in position. I don't know if Butler has too much of a chance. It's slim.
Yeah, we're gonna be 10 laps to go this time by. Here comes the 87 of Sean Bradley. Gonna get himself back on the lead lap. And then looks like the 2 of Mike Major are going to try and get by the 16 and get himself back on the lead lap. And that will leave the 93 of DeSona, the first car to lap down. Becoming to 9 laps to go this time by. Man, been a great race so far.
It's been fantastic.
Said Schultz 1.6 behind right now. Todd Cray is back on the lead lap. He is about 29 seconds back. And I know he's praying for a caution.
That's the only thing he has left right now, is to get that caution.
And it doesn't look like, you know, I don't want to jinx it, but it doesn't really look like it's going to happen.
If it does happen, we've got a few laps for it to happen, or it's going to be a frozen field.
Run through the field real quick. We have Rodney Kramer in 11th in that number 9. Art Peck in the number 78 sitting 10th. The number 3 of Bruce Pearson sitting 9th. Brad Speidel in the number 5 sitting 8th. Joshua Jones in the 76 sitting 7th. Patrick DeSolner, who started in the back, he's got himself up to 6th. Mike Major in that number 2, he is in 5th. Sean Bradley in the 87 is in 4th. Todd Cray in 3rd. Seth Schultz was your pole winner here tonight, sitting in 2nd. And Elliott Butler out in front. 88 coming to 89 laps led. Be 6 laps to go this time by. Seth Schultz within 1.4. And that time by, Seth Schultz was a 31.4. Elliott Butler was a 31.5. Take a look. Let's jump in with the leader here for a lap. Jump back to second place. Seth Schultz, he can see the leader right in front of him. Does he have enough time to make it? Be 4 laps to go this time by. He is a little bit faster last time by. We'll see what they get one more time across the stripe. .31.6 for Butler and a 31.5 for Schultz. So Schultz definitely has a little bit faster car right now. We'll put up the 2-car battle and we'll keep an eye on this to the end. Right now, Schultz 1.2. Butler 92 laps led. 3 laps to go. And Schultz is closing in. He may be able to catch him. We'll see if he does catch him, does he have anything to get by? Two laps to go. Elliott Butler out front. 93 laps led. Seth Schultz sitting second. Todd Cray in third. I'll be curious to see who's going to come out the champion tonight. This is the DieHard Racing League American Hero Hunt Las Vegas finale here tonight. Final lap. It looks like if Elliott Butler doesn't make any mistakes, he should take home the win here tonight. Seth Schultz about 1.1 behind. Schultz with no pressure from Todd Cray. He is going to finish in front of Todd Cray. We'll have to see how those bonus points work out. Elliott Butler across the line, going to take the win here tonight at Las Vegas. So Elliott Butler, your winner here with 95 laps led, started second. Man, great run for him right here. See if he's going to go burn him down. So you got your winner here, Elliott Butler. 95 laps led, started second. Was in the top 3 in the points coming in. There we go. You're going to burn him down. All right, there you go. Final race here tonight in the Cup Series. These guys are going to move to the Xfinity Series. You got Elliott Butler coming out of here with the most laps led and the win. 95 laps led, started second. We'll give these guys a couple minutes to figure out the points here, and we'll see if we can figure out who is going to be on top. We will be right back. We'll break for a commercial, and we'll see what's up with these guys.
Truex in the outside, contact made, 56 slides in at a 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
to fly over the shores, faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the cool night air. So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero.
Hey, what's up, guys? Scott Speed here at the iRacing headquarters. Some exciting news about the upcoming Rallycross World Championship. They've got a wild card entry, and yours truly is going to get that spot. See you guys out on the track.
So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero.
All right, we're back here live. We were giving these guys a little bit of time to try to figure out the points so we can see who's going to be the champion here tonight. I'm going to get third place, Todd Cray. Todd Cray, SR Booth, you got a copy? Hey, Todd Cray, do you got a copy? We may not be able to talk to him just yet. We'll wait and see if he can get that straightened out. Let's go to the winner, Elliot Butler. Hey, Elliot Butler, this is the SR Booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, first of all, congratulations on the win, man. 95 laps led, started second. Dude, what a race, man. Tell us how you feel and tell us about your race here tonight.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had that three-way point battle for the championship coming in, so I knew I pretty much had to win the race if I wanted a chance. I was glad I was able to step my game up for this one. It's my first league win. I couldn't have had a better chance to do it. But Seth got that championship running so well, and Todd was up there too. So it was a fun battle, but got the win, and I'm pretty happy about it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. You looked like you had your handful there a couple times, man. You had that car sideways quite a bit. Great job, man. There was a few times where we thought you were definitely going to snap and go to the inside, man. Great run here tonight. 95 laps led, man. That's crazy. We figured we'd give you guys a little bit of time. Hopefully they can sort out the points and we can get an official ruling on the championship tonight. But, man, dude, what a run. That's crazy. 95 laps led, man. You kept the car clean, too. We saw you have trouble in the pits the first time going in. You slid through your box. You gave up the lead, and then you were able to get back to the lead. Did you get a little bit worried, a little bit frustrated after that, or did you kind of just blow it off and get your mind back to racing?
I was a little frustrated at first. Track position was pretty important tonight. I felt like if you could get in clean air, it was hard for anybody to get around you. But was able to make some moves and get back up there. And after that, it was just all she wrote, just tire management, and managed to make it work.
Now, coming to the end there, those last probably about 4 or 5 laps, Seth Schultz was starting to close in on you just a little bit. Were you getting worried about that, or did you just keep it focused and keep on moving?
I was keeping an eye on it. I had kind of burned off my right rear towards the end of that run there, and I think that's why it was catching me up. I just couldn't put the power down in 3 and 4. He's always been kind of a better long run driver than I am, so I knew it was coming, but I managed to mind the gap and kept it still second at the end there.
I'll tell you what, man, what a job, dude. 95 laps led. You're going to get bonus points for leading the most laps, bonus points for the win. I believe bonus points for leading the lap, so I'm really curious to see how these points are going to break out. It's funny, we were talking about how you guys came in top 3 into the race tonight, and you guys were around each other all night, man. Definitely had to be a lot of pressure.
Oh, yeah, it was a lot of pressure and a lot of fun, too. I was interested to see Todd stay out there at the end. I knew somebody was going to do it. Wasn't sure who. But without something happening to Seth, I think he pretty much had it finishing second there. I think I came in 7 points back. Just don't think there's enough bonus points there. But congrats to him. It's been fun racing all year against these guys. They're great drivers.
Now, let me ask you, are you going to go over to the Xfinity Series for the next season?
Yeah, I'll be there. I may be racing part-time. I'm not entirely sure yet. It may be just I miss 1 week or so, depending on how many drop weeks we got and all that. But we'll see. At least going to run some races, so I'll be out there.
Awesome, man. All right, well, listen, before we let you get out of here, man, 95 laps led, started second, take home the win. Anybody you want to give a shout-out to, man, before we let you go celebrate and wait for an official ruling here?
Yeah, shout out to Seth and Todd. They've been racing me clean all year. Been a lot of fun. Shout out to all the guys running the league and you guys for broadcasting. My dad and my girlfriend for watching and supporting me all season. They've seen just about every one of these. So it's been pretty cool to put on the show for the fans, and hope you all had fun.
Yeah, and to get the win here for the last race of the season too, and come out of here with a 95 laps led, dude. That's crazy, man. Congratulations, buddy.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it was a great confidence booster.
All right, we'll look forward to seeing you in the Xfinity Series, and congratulations, man. Go celebrate.
All right, thanks.
All right, that was your winner, Elliott Butler, right there, and the number 16 comes out of here with 95 laps led, man. We're still waiting right now for an official ruling. Let's see. I'm going to try Todd Cray one more time, see if I can get a word in with Todd. Todd Cray, SR Booth, you got a copy? I'm not really sure if he's stepped away or if he's got a problem.
Todd Crace currently has a 10-minute idle time. He's AFK right now.
Okay. All right. Well, all right. You find out anything with the points here?
Yes. Currently, the points are in. The top 5 are as follows. With 363 points, your champion, Seth Schultz. Second place with 360 was Todd Cray. Elliott Butler in third with 358. Joshua Jones in fourth with 332. And Brad Speidel getting a 328.
Wow, that's insane, man. I'll tell you what, we were just talking to Elliott Butler there, and, saying they were top 3 coming in the points, and, man, they were around each other all night. That was just crazy.
And it was 5 points between the championship and third place. That was insane.
All right, let's see. Oh, go ahead.
That's one of the closest packs I've seen racing on iRacing coming to the end that use the older format. Most of the leagues use the playoff format. So this is one of the closest finishes in the old format that I've seen.
All right, we're going to get a word in with our second place finisher here tonight and the champion. So I'm going to bring him down for you, and I'll give him to you, buddy.
All right.
All right, there you go.
Seth Schultz, that's our broadcasting booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
So you had a good race. You started on the pole after putting down a great lap of 29.474. Ran a good race. Changed up the strategy a bit. In the second cycle, you had a big advantage over Butler. Talk us through your night.
Well, as you saw going into turn 1, I thought it was going to end right there on the first lap because I figured Elliott was going to try and get me on the outside, and after I thought about it, I should have actually chose the outside, but luckily enough, I was able to save the car, and Elliott actually got behind me, so I didn't take him out. It just washed up on me, and it didn't stick. Then got close to Elliott later on there in the race, was trying to get as close as I could and then pit, hoping he didn't see me, but he did, so he pitted the lap after. But that really didn't seem to make too much of a difference because I actually got closer to him after we pitted than before. But Elliott, hats off to him. He did everything he had to do in this race to try and win the championship. And I just basically had to survive and do whatever Todd did. That's all I had to do. If I would have wrecked out, then it would have been between Elliott and Todd. But Elliott's really good with a loose car, so and my car just blew up. But Elliot's really good with a loose car. I've watched him wheel it around before, and he had me there on a longer run. So all I could do was try and save tires and hopefully catch him in the end. I was catching him, and then we just kind of plateaued, and that's where we sat. So I needed him to make a mistake like he did earlier in the race, but then I did on the second run too. It was just real picky how you drove the car in 3 and 4. I couldn't make anything else work than the line that me, Todd, and Elliot ran most of the race.
And we just came through the points, and you were the champion by 3 margins. Were you thinking after that first lap when you went into 1 and it washed out? Were you thinking that it was your championship hopes were getting a little bit lessened as you saw Cray and Butler pull in? It was a long race, but after seeing them start to pull away, and you weren't able to get the car really around Cray, did you feel like you were going to have issues later in the race, or were you just get your head together and get back going?
Just get my stuff back together and get going again. I pushed it really hard going in, so it was my own fault. I felt like it was going to stick, and then all of a sudden I just let loose, and I went, oh, crap. And I had a few other choice words I was yelling at myself about, but it was a handful, and I was looking in the mirror, making sure nobody was going to run into me, and I was trying to let it go all the way to the wall then because there was nobody there, and I just didn't want to ruin anybody else's night. But glad it all got sorted out. I went in really hot, and I wanted to keep the lead to lead the first lap, and in turn I kind of ruined myself from it, so I didn't have nothing else to do other than try to figure out how to lead a lap. And on that pit stop, I lowered the fuel so that I could get out quicker. I only took 1 less gallon than full, and turned the windscreen off because we only had like 17 or 18 laps on the tires. So this windshield was clean, so I just turned that off so I could gain some extra time as well, and it paid off.
Alrighty, Paul, you got any other questions?
Yeah, man. First of all, congratulations on winning the championship, man. What a great race here tonight. You guys came in top 3, and you stuck together all race, man. And, dude, we didn't know how it was going to end, how this was going to pan out at the end. You were slowly closing in on Butler there at the end, man. I don't know, maybe a few more laps might have been a little bit more interesting. I know Butler wasn't looking for a caution, but I know there were some guys back there that were hoping for a caution, man. But good to see you kept that car clean, kept it in one piece, and able to come home and grab it, man. That's an awesome job here.
Yeah, I needed him to pit, and I'm like, he's not going to pit. So then I thought about staying out to the caution until maybe a caution would come out, but the race was going pretty good at that point. So I thought, well, caution ain't going to come out. And then I didn't even know if I could make it because I didn't take a full tank on the last stop. And I was pretty positive I couldn't. So when I pitted the last time, I was hoping Elliot either wouldn't see it right away or, that's kind of what I was hoping for, because I knew if he pitted after me, he was going to have a lot better tires. And thankfully only pitted 1 lap after me. I was hoping to do it the other way around. He'd pit and I'd stay out for 3 or 4 laps and then they'd come down, because the tires made so much more of a difference when you had a couple extra laps less than the other guy.
Yeah, we saw that with you earlier in the race tonight too, man. Awesome job. Congratulations on the championship, man. Ending the night here in the Cup Series, the American Hero Hunt Cup Series. Going to be moving over to the Xfinity Series. Next week will be the opener. What's your thoughts about that?
I ran the race before this one, and I will say the competition is going to get a lot stiffer. Sean Bradley won that race, and same thing. I mean, you have to, whoever is having a really good night, you have to be able to stick with them if you want a chance at passing them at the end. But hats off to Sean for that first race. I mean, it's a different car, and I normally don't run that race beforehand because it kind of screws me up for the Cup. So instead of me practicing for an hour and 50 minutes in here, I only practiced for probably about 45. And but I really wanted to try and get the pole, so I worked on the hot laps. So they did one long green flag run to find out when the tires really went to heck. But then I did worked on trying to get pole. Luckily I got that, and Elliot by barely. But Oh, it was the car to beat. I mean, he was quick in practice. He showed it with his qualifying run, and even on the track. I mean, during the race, he I think he chewed his tires up a little bit early on, but he was the one I think that could drive the car the best when the rear tires got bad, because I've seen him race other places where when the car gets loose, he's young enough and he's got the quickness yet that he's able to really get it to save it. I mean, and keep it going straight sideways. But I, for one, don't really care for an overly loose car. So, but it made for a fun race, and I'm glad to see everybody that came and all that.
All right, well, let me ask you something. First race, where you guys opening?
Richmond.
And if anybody's interested in joining, because we did say during the broadcast, you guys run a clean league here. Obviously, they see the racing, one caution for 133 laps. I mean, and there was a lot of racing going on. Where can guys go to apply and see if they be able to come race with you?
Drop some. At DieHard Racing League, and iRacing. Then that's our main league page. That's where we send out all our information. It kind of helps so we can still keep the members, and if anybody wants to come back, they'll still get the message and they'll see it and say, okay, I'm going to go back there and race. If not, that's fine too. But then we got the Xfinity Series page, which is called. Now you got me all confused.
I caught you out there.
But you just go apply at DieHard Racing League, and then I send out all the information to everything that everybody needs, and handle it from there. Because the first step is looking at the drivers' iRating plus their license level and their incident average per race. So they got to meet those qualifications first, and got to be 18 or older. We used to have it for anybody, but it just started turning into bad, so we got away from that and put a cap on 18. And no offense to anybody that's mature before 18, but it's a rarity. So other than that, no, I look really forward to getting to the Xfinity car. I mean, it's going to be different, but there again, it's going to be. We'll have more drivers coming into that one. A lot more people seem to be able to handle the B car more than the A car, which is fine. I mean, the A car is an animal.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really good, man. We're looking forward to bringing it to you live here and seeing the competition. And again, man, congratulations on securing the championship here. Great run here tonight. Seth Schultz in the number 31 started on the pole and finishes second here tonight. Grabs enough points to stay in the lead and get the championship, man. Anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you go celebrate?
Yeah, you guys for broadcasting, obviously. You guys do a good job. I like watching the broadcast the next day or the day after that. Really enjoy it. Was Wing not here tonight?
No, he's sleeping it off, man.
he really adds to it. I mean, he's like the character. And then Curtis, I believe that's his name is Curtis. He's like the informant, and then you're like the head honcho. And it's just the three of you really meld good together, and I really enjoyed the broadcast. And then got to thank American Hero Hunt and what they do, and also Josh Jones for actually covering the sponsorship through them, because it's his brother that is part of that or runs it. I don't really remember, but got to thank them. Hats off to them. All league members that show up week in and week out, and even the ones that show up when they can. But other than that, go Packers.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, before we let you get out of here, hats off to you guys, bro. You run a great league. We've seen a lot of good racing here since we've been broadcasting with you. A lot of good drivers out here, man. Definitely looking forward to the Xfinity Series and the competition, man. And once again, congratulations on the championship, and we'll get caught up with you next week, starting up a new season, buddy.
All right, sounds good. Have a good one. Thanks.
All right.
Have a good one.
All right, that was Seth Schultz, your champion, man. How do you like that? Dude, I didn't know how this was going to end, but that was just crazy, you know?
Oh, it was really close. I didn't realize how close Butler actually was able to get. He was within 5 points, so I really was thinking he was going to be further down, but that was awesome.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, man, I appreciate you being here, Curtis, and Wingnut, even though I know he really needed to sleep. But it is cool calling with you guys, and a lot of people like it. A lot of people like hearing the three of us together, man. So it's really cool that we kind of all found each other. Look forward to the Xfinity Series with these guys, man. Great finish for the season here tonight.
Oh, I can't wait. Those cars are a blast, and it's going to be a blast calling them with such skilled drivers as well.
All right, let's run over the results here. I got lost for a second. First, let's pull up the summary. We had 9 lead changes, 133 laps, and 1 caution, man. That, with the racing that was going on here, I'm surprised it was only 1 caution, but that was really cool, man. Great way to finish the race here tonight. Elliott Butler comes out of here with 95 laps, led your winner. He started second. Seth Schultz comes out of here with the championship. He starts on the on the pole, finishes second, and secures the championship. Todd Cray, who we couldn't get a word in with, he finished third. Sean Bradley will take home fourth. Mike Major will take fifth. Patrick DeSolner will take sixth. I tell you, he'd be up there in the front somewhere. Joshua Jones, unfortunate for him, man, he had a really good car, and he had a little bit of trouble there, and he still takes home a 7th. Brad Spider will take home 8th. Bruce Pearson will take home 9th. Art Peck finishes 10th. Rodney Kramer finishes 11th. Cody Franklin finishes 12th. David Camara finishes 13th. Caleb Thomas will finish 14th. And we'll be back here next week live for the start of the Xfinity Series. Probably see a lot more newer drivers out here too. And like you heard Seth say, if you're interested in running and you want to get in before the series starts next week, go apply at DieHard Racing League in iRacing. They'll check you out, and Seth will get back to you, or one of the admins will get back to you, and hopefully get you out here and be out here next week. I believe he said it was Richmond that we're going to be at to open up, so it should be a pretty good race, man.
That's going to be great.
Excuse me, I don't know.
So much.
Yeah, Richmond's a pretty good track. I've been struggling there lately. I used to like that track years ago, but it seemed like the last couple builds I haven't really got a grip on it. But I'm looking forward to getting back in and doing some racing also. But anyhow, we'll be back here Wednesday night live with Somo Racing League, finishing up their. We'll be finishing up their first part of the chase. And then we'll be back here next week with the Xfinity Series. Seth Schultz said he needed to talk with us. Let's see if it's something he needs to put over. Yeah, Seth, you're back in the SR booth. You got a copy.
Yep.
Something you need to talk over the broadcast, or you want to talk after?
After.
All right. Give us a second. We're wrapping it up here. All right. Well, anyway, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. As always, set a reminder, come back here Wednesday night for Somo, come back here next week for the opener in the Xfinity Series here at DieHard Racing League. We hope you enjoyed the race here tonight. Curtis, appreciate you being here. Wingy, hope you got your sleep.
Yeah, me too. Get back here next time.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week.
Catch you guys next week. See you at the track.
Yes, sir. As soon as I can find what I'm looking for. There we go.